3 precious minutes. When someone goes down, it takes courage to do something. First, ask if the person is okay. Check for a pulse or breathing. Call 911. Second, start CPR. Third, use an AED. Key decisions between life and death in 3 precious minutes. That was the scenario for 2 mothers whose sons were living great basketball careers as energetic, charismatic, talented young men. One, Kai Bates Diop, a teenager at Illinois State University Lab School, University High, with colleges keeping a close eye on him as he hoped to follow the career footsteps of one of the men he had grown to admire, Zeke Upshaw.
Zeke was a person that was funny. He was down to earth. He was easy to talk to and just a good person to be around.
Zeke, a Chicago Lab School graduate and Illinois State University standout on the court, drafted onto an NBA G League team in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
To be in the NBA G League, you're in the top 10th of the world. You're the best. And Zeke was so humble and listening and learning and never acted like he was too good, even for his best friend who played Division III college basketball.
We were in Toys R Us one day and Zeke grabbed it. I couldn't find him and I went looking for him and he was in the basketball aisle. And I think he was about 3 or 4 and from there he played organized basketball from I think the age of 5.
Zeke and Kai were well acquainted. The Bates Diop family hosted ISU athletes at their house for several holidays, getting to know each other, bonding over a mutual love of basketball.
Zeke had a wonderful personality, very open, very giving, very warm towards 2 little boys that looked up to him at that time.
When I was younger, it was like having a college basketball player in the house, like the coolest thing ever. And he was a really down-to-earth person. He was really cool.
The boys had similarities, one following the other's path 9 years apart in age. Both shooting guards on the basketball court, known for being reliable shots, strong teammates, good students, each with big aspirations to provide more opportunity to young people throughout their careers, both with pristine health histories, and yet both collapsed on the court about a year apart in cardiac arrest. Only one is still alive.
A lot of the emotions from my event kind of came out that day. I just felt horrible for his family, just to know that things didn't work out the way that they did for me and how they didn't really know what was going on.
It was a few seconds left. Zeke had just made a 3-pointer. Shortly thereafter, he collapsed, face first, arms twisted. The camera was on him for a minute, and then they took the camera off of him.
Jewel Upshaw was in her car near her Las Vegas home and immediately called his coach, who was en route to the hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan, reminding him Zeke was her only child and losing him, unacceptable.
This is me as a mom. I said, so you know he's very important to me, right? I said, you know that they need to work on him, right? I said, you know that I can't lose him, right? So he's like, I know, Joel, I know I'm gonna do my best. The doctors were working on him and working on him and working on him. They never brought Zeke back to consciousness, and we lost him 2 days later.
It's a big loss. It's a loss because he did everything the right way.
You feel awful and then you're like, okay, like, what can I do? How can I soften this impact? And everything I just realized was like, you can't fill that void.
These moms are convinced immediate CPR, immediate use of an AED could have made the difference for Zeke.
You can't be afraid. The AED will not administer a shock if that person doesn't need it. So if there's an AED available, you don't have anything to be afraid of to use it.
Flip him over. Begin CPR immediately. Try to get the heart to stop. Even if you don't know that it's a heart situation, it can't hurt. You can't hurt a person doing CPR on them.
The way he fell was straight down forward. He didn't brace himself, he didn't do anything. People, and I understand that you can't watch every player all the time, but somebody had to have seen that. He was in a gym full of hundreds of people.
He willed the team to their first playoff in history, of the team's history. And 40 seconds left. And he's just gone.
3 precious minutes. When someone goes down, it takes courage to do something. First, ask if the person is okay. Check for a pulse or breathing. Call 911. Second, start CPR. Third, use an AED. Key decisions between life and death in 3 precious minutes.
It's a struggle to go on without him because he was my best friend. His smile, that's what keeps me going.